You just made the cut on the Asian tour. And by just made the cut, I mean...
That's pretty impressive.
That was, what, how many months ago?
Don't need to tell them that.
Asian Dev is still Asian Tour.
Yeah, and some would say it's actually a better standard because they're young and they're hungry.
I feel like there was someone that was making that... who was making that debate about the Korn Ferry Tour? Oh, it was James Nicklaus. Said that the Korn Ferry Tour is deeper than the PGA Tour.
That's
what are your
absurd.
thoughts on that?
That's an absurd take.
You said earlier today, wait, what were you talking about? It's harder to win on the Korn Ferry Tour or the PGA Tour?
I think it's harder to win on the Korn Ferry Tour than the PGA Tour because, again, like we were talking about, like the pressure of trying to make that jump to the pinnacle of golf is hard. Like once you're out there, you've kind of like made it. Like you've accomplished your dream that you've had as a kid. And so there's a little bit of pressure that's alleviated from that. On the Korn Ferry Tour, when you're trying to get out there, a win goes a long way in securing a tour card. And so, I mean, I've lived out both of them. And what I felt trying to win my first Korn Ferry event, which was the Wud.com at the time, was drastically different than trying to close out a PGA Tour event, of which I kind of already had my card locked up for the next year when I won. And so, like, I was just out there playing with house money. Whereas on the Korn Ferry Tour, it's like,
Never house money.
yeah, it's now or never, and it's hard to keep your card out there. I think it's harder to finish in the top 75 on the Korn Ferry money list than it is to finish, at the time was 125 on the PGA Tour. Again, those 50 extra cards, like when you start talking, like you can chisel away in that 50 for like top 25, top 30 here, like kind of go a long way in keeping your card on, where that does not go a long way on the Korn Ferry Tour. Trying to get into that top 75, it's like another threshold.
I think it's going to top 60 too to keep the cut on Korn Ferry.
Well, yes, now it's top 60.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
even smaller.
I think the depth of that, like the depth of that tour and Challenge Tour as well, European side, like you can, the top 30 of that, bottom 30 of PGA Tour, like you could interchange them, I think, pretty quality-wise. But yeah, the upper echelons of the PGA Tour is different. Like,
I mean, even you see guys that fall off the PGA Tour that go out and dominate on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Yeah.
Right thereafter and make the jump right back up. I feel like the bottom half of guys, the only reason that you would make the argument that the Korn Ferry is deeper, they're playing way easier golf course on the Korn Ferry Tour, whereas you go through a whole season and you're just a little bit off with your game. It's not going to get exposed on the Korn Ferry Tour like it does on the PGA Tour. So it kind of mentally beats you down. The golf courses beat you down. But I mean, the guys that have played for a few years on the PGA Tour are much more polished and refined than first, second year guys.
Of course, yeah.
That's got to be too, because they play pretty much the same golf courses every single year, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, courses that are really hard for new people coming on, somebody who's played it 30 times in competition is just way different.
You know, I had this thought. When I played my first Masters, my only Masters.
The thing is, you still get to say it.
I know, and so this is the week before the tournament. Me and John Rahm are going out and playing a practice round, and Phil's out there just like grinding on the 11th green or something. Like, he's got his whole notebook out, and I started thinking, it's like Phil Mickelson actually has played this golf course competitively and then recreationally more than I've played like my secondary home course in my hometown. Like, he's played it more times than the course that I probably know second best. And then I started thinking, I was like, well, really, a lot of the guys that I'm competing at, like whether it's Ernie Els or Vijay Singh or Tiger Woods or all of these people, every tour stop that's been in the rotation for a while, like they know all these golf courses better than I know my tertiary home course in my home city. So wrap your head around that.
Pretty wild.
Wow. So I was trying to wrap my head around the fact you played the Masters, but
That is still shocking to this day.
How bad you played, or?
Actually, I put up a couple competitive scores.
I just don't remember.
I needed one birdie to the house on 13 from the middle of the fairway with pitching wedge in to make the cut. And now there are only like 25 people that missed the cut at the Masters, but I was one of the select few.
oh man.
Is the golf course hard?
Yeah, I mean yes, it's hard. I see people rank it up there in like top 10 hardest golf courses, and I don't see that.
You don't have a good short game, probably is.
Wesley doesn't have a good shot.
No, if you didn't have a good short game, it would probably be.
You
No,
haven't
he
played
has.
much golf with
I
Wesley.
mean,
What I'm saying is he has an amazing short game, so it probably didn't feel that hard to him.
For
He's
me,
got
I
the
look
shots
at a
around
golf
the green.
course like you said, the Cognizant they just played. When I start seeing houses and OB stakes and hazard lines, that's where the real problem happens. When I go to Augusta, I just see a bunch of green grass and really well manicured pine straw,
Yeah.
and that's about all you have to
I think
worry about out there.
I think that when I've only been once Masters wise, and probably goes to have not a great short game. It's early in time anyway. Like standing around some of those greens, and you just imagine everyone who goes imagines, oh, if my ball ended up here, kind of what would I do?
Yeah.
I think it was definitely on the 10th. Sorry, the 10th on the 9th.
The third is the
Like
one
at
that
the
I
back
looked
of that
at.
green, like you just like I don't understand how you'd stop it from running back down the fairway.
You don't.
Yeah, and it's just like you're looking at things like I don't understand how to play that shot to get it to stop. So
Front left to 3, I thought was one that I saw that I was like pretty nasty to a front left pin.
That's where
Not
Scotty-
playing it, just looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, there's
The one Scotty hold, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like
Exactly.
every hole you could go to multiple spots where you'd be like, this is a disaster.
Yeah,
This is a complete disaster.
yeah.
we need to get you into the Masters, by the way.
What's that?
I didn't know this before today that you missed out by one on the
Yeah,
Masters, one
yeah.
spot.
Yeah,
Oh, still
yeah, tough. So I've never
Tender
played one.
spot for him.
Wesley has. I've never played one.
You will though. I think you still have a chance.
There you go. Thank you, Micah. You give me compliments all day. My palate, my game, everything.
Mate, you play some great.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Theoretically, I reckon I could watch you play great golf
Thank you.
at some point.
Ryan
this week.
Ruffles is a great golfer.
Thank
He
you.
is a great golfer. Like you really struggled. You know, you're playing with a good golfer when they go around, like, and they shoot 2 under, and they're really annoyed with themselves, and they're playing terrible. And that was yesterday.
Shane
I don't
Lowry
think I
would
shot
have
2
taken
under.
that
I
yesterday.
think he was 2 under.
Was I?
Yeah, yeah. This is
Oh.
what I mean. You think you shot like 4 over, but you were 2 under par.
I beat myself up like I shot 5 over yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's all right. Is what it is.
What else we got, Kieran?
Just off topic here, but a quick question about like making the cut at like a PGA Tour event. Like, how like difficult is that? Like, as a mental like grind to like if you're struggling to make the cut, like how much of a grind is that mentally to do?
Pete, take it away. Asian
Yeah, I was
Development Tour.
thinking, you know, in my experience on tour, it was pretty tough. You know what? I kind of went out in the first round. You know, didn't excel. I was a little bit nervous. You know, didn't get the birdies on the par fives where I really needed to. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, but the second round, managed to knuckle down, make the easy birdies, avoid the big numbers. Thought I'd actually missed it by 1 in the end, but you know, because I was steady, because I was strong all the way through, trusted my game, trusted the process, I managed to make the cut by 1.
And you trusted your Titleist, of course.
Oh, well, of course. Like,
Were you in
who wouldn't?
Egypt? Was that where it was?
Yes, indeed.
I remember seeing the post from there. Couldn't believe it.
Egypt is.
Thanks. Well, that was in Egypt.
You were in Egypt, not
that
that
right.
you made
Okay,
the cut.
yeah, hey, listen.
I'd never met you before this week, but yeah, I could believe you made the cut, but not that you were in Egypt.
Well, that's
Playing golf.
really don't know what to make of that. But thanks. You two guys have like both obviously done
You've made
PGA
10,
Tour. So.
12 cuts?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Not as many as Wes, for sure.
How many cuts
I've
have you
never had
made?
status on tour, but I've played in events.
I don't know. I mean, it's over 50%. Gently. I think it's like 50.1%.
I think I'm 51% or something like that.
But how many tournaments have
I
you
might have
played?
played 21 and made 11 cuts or something.
What were the events that you played at?
probably made like 60 or
60 cuts?
something.
You want me to rattle off 21 tournaments?
I did
or-
not know
20
that. That's
21
impressive.
I think I played 21 tournaments, yeah.
Right. Okay.
How many top 10s?
I don't know.
These are things
6 or 7.
6 or 7. That's crazy. No, stop.
No, I think I've made 60 or 70 cuts, and I've had 6 or 7 top 10s, or 8 or 9. I don't know. Stats guy.
Look it up right now.
Well, don't go onto the PGA Tour app because I've been eradicated from it.
Have you been taken out?
Yep, I'm on the website, but you're not going to find me on the app.
Can you find all your career stats?
Yeah, it's they still have it on the
Yeah.
website,
Yeah.
but
The cuts made 68 out of 134.
It's exactly.
68
It's like
out of 134.
51%,
That's-
isn't it?
Career money.
Check it out. How good are you?
5 million.
Dang.
5 million.
5 million.
I remember watching you putt when
It
you were
used
on
to
the
be
Korn
good.
Ferry tour.
Yeah, it sucks now.
1 win, 1 second, 1 third, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 20 top 25.
9 top 10s.
1 withdrawal, 1 DQ.
Feast or famine.
Tell
my
us
friend.
about the DQ.
The DQ was relatively unfortunate.
He tripped and he fell and he kicked his ball back into play, and it was like, oh,
No,
That's a shame.
It was
Fell down his pocket.
It
Now
was in Canada, and I had just played a really poor round. I think I had made probably a 13 or a 14 on a hole.
Oh, wow.
And this was on a Friday. I had the driver.
yeah,
Oopsies.
yeah.
And
Driver,
there was a hole that really got away from me. So anyway, I signed my scorecard, and then they came into dining from scoring, and they said, "Hey, we found a scoring discrepancy, and you've been disqualified." I said, "Oh wow, thank you, appreciate that." And I thought it was. I was going back through. I was like, "Well, what did I make on whatever hole it was?" And I was like, and I went back through it like 2 or 3 times, and it was a lot of shots. I was like, "No, I got it right." And then I went back and looked at the scorecard, and I had made a double on a hole that
Was that at Glen Abbey?
it was one of those. Canada hasn't treated me too well.
Yeah.
I love Canada. I love Canadians,
Yeah. But don't love that tournament.
but that tournament it
Doesn't love
hasn't
you.
yielded too many favorable outcomes for me.
Ouch.
Glen Abbey.
What's your best finish tour?
Nothing great. 16th, I think.
Okay.
16th is good.
Never had a top
Where
10.
at?
Zurich, but when it was individual, not team.
I was about to say that's like a 32nd.
Yeah, no, it was individual at the time. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, 16th, maybe a 23rd and a 24th or something. Nothing crazy, but made a
Where
few
was
cuts.
that at?
Memorial, I think. Maybe a 23rd at Memorial and a.
Do you know both your lowest rounds?
I know
On the
mine because
PGA
I
Tour?
recently shot it. I was actually was I telling you the story of my lowest round?
I don't think so. I'd like to hear it though.
Mine's a 61 at the Butterfield Bermuda Championship.
You did tell me the story actually.
That was like last year, last year and a
it
half.
was-
It is
Yeah, last
maybe
fall.
a 65,
66
66 Canadian Open.
Canadian Open.
Yeah.
20.
That was when Westcott
I was
DQ'd.
16.
You were 16.
16 years
Wait,
old.
what year was that?
20,
2014, 15.
Yeah, I was 16 years old. Yeah, in that Canadian Open. I shot 66 in the first round. I was in second behind Emiliano Grillo, I think.
Made cut or miscut?
Made cut.
Sheesh.
Wow.
What were you doing at 16, Micah?
At 16, I was stumbling through high school and building houses.